I accidentally got petty revenge on two ex-friends who made me miserable during the lowest point in my life by working for Nintendo. Let me take you back to the beginning. I'm queer, and my best friend at the time, Ginny, was the first person I came out to. We had been close since middle school, and as we headed to college, I felt nervous but trusted her completely. To my relief, she accepted me right away. Her opinion meant everything to me, so it felt natural to share my truth with her first. We had a tight-knit friend group, and while I loved them, I wasn't ready to come out to anyone else just yet. Ginny promised to keep my secret, and that was all I needed for the moment. Then, not long after, a guy in our group, Ben, confessed he had feelings for me. I politely turned him down, saying I was in a relationship, which was true. I assured him I wouldn't discuss his feelings with anyone else, as I didn't want him to be teased. He thanked me, and I thought that was the end of it. But I was wrong. Over time, I noticed Ginny becoming distant. She brushed me off, pretending not to hear me when I spoke. It was so out of character for her that it raised alarm bells in my mind. Something was definitely off, but I couldn't figure out why. As the months passed, the cold shoulder grew colder. Even Ben started acting strangely. I was overwhelmed with school and didn't have the energy to dwell on it. I buried myself in my studies. Then I learned that Ginny had broken up with her boyfriend and started dating Ben. Suddenly, everything clicked. She was upset I hadn't told her about Ben's feelings, but she knew I wouldn't have dated him anyway. I was still confused. From that point on, they both treated me poorly. They made snide remarks and even tried to get me uninvited from a group trip. I felt blindsided as my friend circle began to crumble. To make matters worse, when my girlfriend visited, they made jabs at her too. I went from feeling depressed to furious when I discovered that Ginny had outed me to Ben. She had blurted it out after I turned him down, and even told her ex-boyfriend, who casually mentioned it to me later. I was already struggling with my parents' recent divorce and living alone for the first time. Everything felt like it was spiraling out of control. But then came the moment of karma. This was back when the Nintendo Switch was about to be released. Our group often played Smash Bros, and I jokingly mentioned doing a silly cosplay of my favorite character, Game & Watch. I thought it would be fun and easy. Not long after, I was asked to help at a Nintendo booth for a big gaming convention. All my expenses were covered, and I was excited to be part of the event. As I sat on the plane, I got a message from Ben asking if I was going to the convention. I replied, "Yep, I'll be working there," and then switched my phone to airplane mode. It turned out Ben and Ginny had spent a fortune to attend the convention, and had even created my exact cosplay idea. They planned to take pictures to gloat about it. Unfortunately for them, they had a terrible time. They spent a lot of money, stood in long lines, and avoided any area they thought I might be in. Meanwhile, I enjoyed my free accommodations, visited all the booths before they opened, and attended fantastic parties with industry professionals. After that, I don't recall them ever trying to pull a stunt like that again. Ginny ended things with Ben shortly after I got engaged, and we haven't spoken since. Looking back, I realize how much I've healed since then. I've even come to terms with the fact that I had to come out to everyone on my own terms, rather than letting rumors dictate my story. Sometimes I think about Ginny and how we were such good friends before everything fell apart. It still stings, but I've grown so much since that time.